Hey, what's going on, everyone? I hope all of you are doing well and hope everyone has been having a great weekend. And first and foremost, happy 4th of July. This is going to be a DVD, a Blu ray, and a 4K update. Have a lot of cool stuff to show you guys. There's one that I didn't show in a previous update that I was supposed to show, but unfortunately I forgot about it. A lot of these you guys have seen in my out and about, or you've seen in some unboxings, so I figured this would be the right time to do so. But before I get started, I gotta say, for those who haven't checked online yet on the Dawn of the Disc Facebook page, or even the Scream Factory Facebook page or Shot Factory Facebook page, they have dropped some really cool announcements. So, Shot Select will be releasing a 4K release of Platoon, which is really, really cool. I've never seen the film, but I have heard some really great things about it. They have also announced 4K special editions for The Fog and Army of Darkness, which is awesome. Both announcements have these really cool pre-orders that you can get. The Fog, I think, comes with a figure, some pins, and a vinyl, and I believe, and a steelbook case. And the Army of Darkness, I believe, comes with a steelbook case. Um, it also includes some pins, and I believe um, the same or minus the figure, like the Fog. Now, the steelbooks are going to come with it. You can take the discs out of your standard 4K case and just put them in that. But it's cool that they're giving you like two different cases. They also announced the Evil Dead remake is getting a 4K release. That is awesome. So now that officially puts all Evil Dead films on 4K. You can get parts 1 and 2 in that really cool box set that also includes the TV series. So yeah, really, really cool. Definitely worth some pre-orders and definitely worth picking up if none of you have gotten the Blu-ray releases. I haven't. I held off, so this is probably going to be a future pickup for sure. I'm waiting for them to go down in price because they do go down after a while. I think like the Halloween films were like that. They were like $35 when they were first announced, and you could pre-order them, and then maybe a couple weeks later they would go down to the like $25 mark. So I decided to just hold off on that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this update. So I have one book and one magazine to show you guys. So the first here is Quirk's Quest, The Lost and the Found. This looks pretty cool. I do apologize for the glare. It looks pretty interesting, to say the least. It's a kind of like a graphic novel, but the main reason I picked this up, show you guys a little closer, they look like Fraggle Rock and Muppet characters mixed in with like The Simpsons. Like, no joke. Yeah, it looks like something that I would be interested in. Show you guys. So yeah, got this at the Dollar Tree. You know, you never know what you can find. I think in the past couple of months now, I've been able to find some really cool books there. And then I have a couple like life themed magazines. I think they're Life, either Life or Time. I have a Katharine Hepburn. I have a like vampire one, and I found this one that I really wanted to get. It's one of my all-time favorite bands, and that is Queen. Really, really cool. Um, just really, really cool. I also have like SNL as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. Queen is one of my all-time favorite bands. Love Bohemian Rhapsody, John Deacon. Brian May, Freddie Mercury, Roger Moore. Um, is it Roger Moore? No, it's Roger. Yeah, it's. I believe it is. Do not quote me on that. I might have messed that up, which would really, really suck if that was the case. I'm gonna try to look just to correct myself, but I am positive 100% that it is Roger Moore, but I could no, not what is it? What is it? Roger Taylor. My mistake. I'm thinking of a different Roger. Wow, I messed that up really bad, but it happens. So yeah, watching Monday Night Raw right now, which isn't bad, to spend your 4th of July watching wrestling and, of course, doing an update. So let's get into it. So the first one here I thought I had shown in a previous update, but I didn't. This is the Scream Factory release of Phantom of the Opera with Robert Englund. This is a good movie. I really enjoyed this one. It does have a young Molly Shannon in it. This is like way before she became a Saturday Night Live cast member. Yeah, it's a fun movie. I think Amazon at one point had it on sale for like $13, and then like a week later it dropped down to 10, so I ended up snagging it. Then I picked up a sequel that's like really all over the place, but it's fun, and that is Basket Case 3, the, what is it, Progeny? I don't know. I don't even know how you pronounce that, and I do apologize again for the glare. Yeah, this movie's pretty cheesy. There are some moments in here that I'm just like, what the hell? Like, it's it's fun. I'm gonna put it like that. It is fun. And then I also went ahead and picked up Basket Case 2 as well. Compare if when you watch the sequels, and you go back and watch the first film, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely a big difference. But see if I can get it closer without the glare. There we go. So yeah, very happy to finally have the sequels. The next one here is a DVD. I picked up Chillerama, the ultimate midnight movie. This is a really cool like horror anthology DVD that has like these really weird, funny like little stories, and I did find this on Blu-ray on eBay for about $10. So I'm actually going to pick that up and upgrade, but I'm going to keep the DVD. I've always enjoyed this, and I want to have both formats. So yeah, that was a cool find there. This I thought was pretty cool. So one of the Walmart locations I went to had like a little kiosk of some Disney movies. Some were 5, some were like 7.50, some were 10. Some decent ones, just ones I didn't care to have at the moment, or I can get them cheaper off of Disney Movie Club. But this one I had to get. It's one of my all-time favorites. I don't think Disney is going to be putting a lot of their movies on 4K. I think they stopped that. I think they just put like some of the bigger, well-known titles like The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, and I do believe there's really anything that's coming out recently, like the Marvel movies, the Pixar movies, those will still get 4K releases. But to go back and do like their library, I don't think that's going to happen, which does suck, because I would like to see The Nightmare Before Christmas get a 4K release, and this one. And that film is none other than James and the Giant Peach. Such a great movie. I remember when this movie first came out, my mother actually had gotten it for me, and I was just a huge, huge fan, and to this day I am. I don't think it gets like the same, I wouldn't say respect, but I don't think it gets like, I guess that's the best way to put it. It doesn't get the same respect as like Coraline or The Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, they even got merchandise for those two, and you don't even see James and the Giant Peach merchandise. At one point you did, but yeah, I'm looking forward to revisiting this one. So very happy to finally have that in the collection. Picked up a couple Steelbooks. I went to a cool flea market that I've never been to. Hung out with two of my friends, and one of my friends knows the area that we went to. We tend to go to like once a year, but he found some places that I have never been to that he has, and we looked around, checked out a lot of cool stuff, and surprisingly, I found a couple movies. I found a Blu-ray Steelbook, actually two of them. So this first one is Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. I've been wanting to check these movies out, and yes, I know there are 4K releases out there, but I'm fine with the Blu-rays. But yeah, it's not in like minty fresh condition, but it's in really good shape. And what's really cool is I also own the first film on Blu-ray Steelbook. So to have both no interior artwork, but to have both Sherlock Holmes movies on Steelbook, I think is really, really cool. So, yeah, that's Sherlock Holmes. And then I went ahead and picked up The Green Lantern. Not the best film, I know, but I do like this movie. There are a lot of positives, but there are a lot of negatives. And I might do that later on sometime this year when I decide to start revisiting a lot of these DC movies and start reviewing them. This does not have any interior artwork either, but that's okay. So, really cool. I need to pick up some protectors pretty soon. Now, this next one that I picked up, I got this a few weeks back, but I actually forgot to show it in the update. So I had some of these films individually, but I was running out of room in my collection, so I told myself eventually I would pick up the box set to, have everything in one case and save some room. Well, I go to the Salvation Army, and surprisingly, I find the collection. But the only downfall, the only downfall is that there was only one disc missing, and that was Tokyo Drift. Um, and of course, that being the Fast and Furious 8 movie collection. So, yes, Tokyo Drift was missing from the set. But the fun thing was the place that I bought the two steelbooks from, they also had Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. So I went ahead and purchased the movie, threw out the case, and I just put the disc in here because I don't need the case. So, and it also includes the digital codes. I don't know if they work, but now I have a full, complete, set now that I found Tokyo Drift. So yeah, I just need to pick up Hobbs and Shaw and Fast 9 or Fast and Furious 9, whatever you want to call it, F9, the Fast Saga. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call it Fast 9. I just need that one, and I will be fully complete with the collection. Now I don't know why this is not wanting to fit in. Okay. So yeah, not bad. Once in a while, you go to your Salvation Army or Goodwill, you can find something for dirt cheap. So glad to find that. Picked up a nice decent stack of Arrow video releases. Actually, you know what? Actually, I forgot. There's a DVD I want to show. So I got this at Walmart. I've noticed Walmart is starting to sell some really cool stuff, or they're starting to get in some really cool stuff. They've got a John Wick 3 movie collection on Blu-ray. They've got a Hunger Games 4 movie collection on Blu-ray, which, they are also available in 4K, but these Blu-ray sets are like really reasonable. I think they're like $20. The artwork's okay. It's just standard artwork, nothing too special. But they do have a Phantasm Blu-ray set, which is pretty much a new set that came out this year, which I highly recommend if anybody's looking to get that. That missed out on any of the sets or collections that have come out. It's worth a pickup. That's like $30. But they do have some complete series sets, like from the 80s, like some animated stuff I know they had like Transformers was one, and GI Joe's, or GI Joe was another. But they had one from the '90s that I absolutely love. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, and the series is one of my all-time favorites. And it was only $25, which I think is a good deal. And that is none other than Beetlejuice, the complete series. I am very happy to finally have this in my collection. At one point I did, but when I bought it, it was completely damaged, and I couldn't return it. So I think I ended up like selling it or trading it in somewhere. Um, but you get all three, you know, individual cases, which they have released individually when they first were coming out. And there's 4 seasons total, which I think comes to like 94 episodes. Yes, so not bad. And I know the 4K and Blu-ray set have like, well, not the 4K itself. It does have the Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray has like 3 episodes from the animated series. Excuse me. I do apologize for that. I took some acid reducer medicine, and now it wants to finally kick in. So we got some Arrow video releases. First one being Basket Case. So now I have all 3 movies. I've been picking up a lot of horror films. One, my love for horror has sparked again, and 2, I plan to do a lot of reviews for October. So another reason why I'm getting a lot of these horror films. But yeah, Basket Case is a fun movie. Weird, tons of features, as you guys can see. And the cool thing about a lot of these Arrow video releases is that they are indeed 4K scans, so they're gonna look really, really nice. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna see if this works. I've got a little LED light. I'm gonna try to see. There we go. That might actually work. We'll find out. Next one here is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Okay, that works out perfectly. Awesome. So yeah, been wanting to check out these Elvira films. Never actually seen any of them. I've only seen maybe like bits and pieces. But yeah, I had picked up the second film a while back, so I just needed this one, and I'm looking forward to it. Got a non-horror film. I remember watching this a couple times as a kid. Love it. I almost actually bought the like standard Blu-ray that we've gotten, like the bare bones, but I picked up The Last Starfighter. Great movie. Cannot wait to revisit this one. Another one that I love. I'm gonna say this. I do have a soft spot for B movies. There's just something about them. Like nowadays, you know, people would nitpick everything out of a movie. If I'm entertained, that's all that matters. Um, Morbius. I really enjoyed Morbius. I know a lot of people do not like this movie, and I see why, but I want to be entertained. If you can entertain me, then I'll be fine. I know film's perfect. I know a lot of these movies have a lot of issues, but if you're going to entertain me, that's what really matters. So that's, you know, and if the film entertains me, I am going to buy it and I am going to watch it. But without getting off topic, I picked up RoboCop. This is pretty much upgrading the Blu-ray I had. Great movie. I do want to eventually pick up the sequels on Blu-ray, the Scream Factory releases, so I can complete the collection, as well as the series. So that's definitely on my my bucket, not I guess bucket list, but more of my wish list of films I want to get. Then I picked up Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. Looks cheesy. Figured I'd give it a shot. I've actually heard somebody had made the comment that apparently Pauly Shore has a small appearance in this. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's from what I've been told, um, that he is. So I look forward to checking that out. The next one here is Flash Gordon. Great movie, fun movie, cheesy. Again, like The Last Starfighter, I almost bought that standard Blu-ray release that we've had for years. Then I picked up Donnie Darko. So the interesting thing about this is that I had bought this, what was it, a few weeks back on Blu-ray, and at a thrift store for like $2. Got home, come to find out, it was completely destroyed. Not only did it have scratches, but it looked like it had disc rot, I believe, or it was out in the sun and it looked like a burnt spot. I don't know. It was my fault for not looking. If I had checked it, I would have passed on it, but that it happens. But I did manage to finally get this, and I've noticed something. I don't know if this is like, this must be like like, I guess a, what do they call it? A defect on the artwork. The Blu-ray logo is on the artwork, like printed on the artwork. Um, yeah, that's interesting. It doesn't bother me. I think it's pretty cool. It just means I have something maybe, you know, a little rare, I guess. I think usually when you have misprints like that, they usually increase the value a little bit. Like if you try to resell something. I know there was a Scream Factory release that had that same situation, where I think some of the lettering on the title was like on the spine was misspelled. So yeah, pretty interesting. But I feel like those type of errors usually are the ones that increase the basically increase the value of your copy. Um, Continuing on, I picked up Hellbound Hellraiser 2, and I also ended up picking up the first Hellraiser film, which are both great films. I do want to pick up the third eventually. I've always enjoyed the Hellraiser films. And then I picked up the Tom Cruise and Tim Curry film, Legend, which I've seen bits and pieces. This is like one of Tom Cruise's like earlier films, way before he did anything else. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's pretty much on like the Arrow video releases. The next one here I picked up is a Blue Underground release, and that is Maniac Cop 3, Badge of Silence. Love the Maniac Cop films. I've always enjoyed these films, so definitely had to get that one. Also picked up Maniac Cop 2, and of course Maniac Cop. So looking forward to revisiting those. They're fun movies. Pretty great cast. So picked up the 20th anniversary edition release of the Shout Factory release of Hackers, which is a great movie. This was part of a sale they had going on, so I had to snag that. Then they had an out of print sale going on, and I was going to pick this title up, but of course, as I'm looking through the titles, a lot of it is sold out. So I go on Amazon. Amazon had it, and they had it for a pretty good price. I think it was like $22. So I ended up picking up Rockula, which I also have a review for on the channel. So highly recommend checking that out. And then I picked up the Scream Factory release of Gate 2. I have the first film on the Vestron video series release. Yeah, good movie. Not as good as the first movie, but I do enjoy it. And then picked up a couple 4K titles. Gonna go through these pretty quick. Picked up Candyman, which is a great classic. I do have the third film, part of the Vestron release, and I do need to eventually pick up the second movie, and I'll have the whole series. Picked up Alligator, which I've heard some pretty good things about. Wanted to check this one out. I need to pick up the sequel because I've heard it's pretty good. Not as good as the first movie, but I heard it's pretty decent. Picked up They Live. Definitely had to get this one. Used to have the standard Blu, or not the standard Blu-ray, but I used to have the Scream Factory release of this, so definitely wanted to upgrade it to 4K. Then I ended up picking up The Howling, which is a great werewolf movie from what I've been told. I've seen like maybe bits and pieces of it. And then I picked up Transformers the movie, which was part of a sale they had going on. Finally glad to get that. Excuse me. Whew. I do apologize for that. The Transformers the movie also came with the poster, which was pretty cool. Wasn't expecting it, and I do have an unboxing for that as well. Then I picked up the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, which is a classic. I also have a review for this on the channel. Looks really good on Blu-ray. It's definitely grainy. The effects, they're not that great. I really wish with these 4K titles, if they have really bad CGI, they should go back and redo them. I mean, they did it with the Star Trek The Next Generation series. They went back and redid the CGI right before they released them on Blu-ray. So if you have the DVDs and you see how different the effects are compared to the Blu-rays, um, yeah, it's definitely a lot better on Blu-ray, and I wish they would do that with a lot of these older films. Then I picked up the 25th anniversary edition of UHF. Fun movie. It's weird. It's Weird Al. What do you expect? And then I picked up Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, which I also have a review for. Another, fun, cheesy, Power Rangers film. And that's it. I believe that's it. Yes, that is it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. You guys may or may not hear fireworks going off behind me. But with that being said, comment down below. Would love to hear your guys' opinion on any of these movies. If you've seen them, give this video a like. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We are getting close to the 200 subscriber mark. And also, if you guys want to, I'm going to put the links to my eBay stores, or at least one is an eBay store, the other's not a store. It's just a standard account. But since a lot of you know I lost my job, this is kind of a lot of way to make some extra money. So I'll put the link to both of those down in the description below. One account I sell just strictly clothing, while the other I sell strictly movies. I've been going through a lot and upgrading what I want to upgrade, and what I don't watch anymore, I'm getting rid of. So with that being said, until next time guys, take care, and I will see you in a future video.